Alright, so I'm about to show you a pretty broken trick that takes the pheromone flask from being a great flask because it allows you to get heals and stuff to being maybe the greatest flask in Noita, possibly. We'll see if you guys agree at the end of this video. Alright, so first off, let me just show you the mechanics of the pheromone flask that a lot of people may not be aware of. So, pheromone actually is able to resurrect wands, or like make them come to life, I guess. And I'm going to show you an example of that. So I'm just going to throw a wand in this little pool of pheromone, and there it goes. So the wand comes to life. But really what's happening is a ghost is spawning and picking up the wand, because it sees that pheromone is on the wand, and so then the ghost spawns, picks up the wand, flies around with it. This can be kind of dangerous, so this is a mechanic that not a lot of people see because not a lot of people make use of. Because if for some reason this ghost views me as an enemy, which can happen if I accidentally kick it, or there's just several possibilities for making this ghost all of a sudden dislike me, he will start shooting me with whatever wand he's holding. Now you can kill this ghost by throwing a tablet at it. Well, it can take a couple throws sometimes. There we go. And he'll drop that wand. Drops a little bit of gold with it too. This is where things get interesting. So, enemies in the game are not supposed to pick up a wand if it has no spells on it. You'll notice that if you throw an empty wand on the ground, a regular enemy won't pick this up. It's so that you can't just render an enemy useless by throwing empty wands at them, right? Because they would you would just hand them a wand and now you're not afraid of them because they have nothing to shoot at you. But what's happening here is if you throw an empty wand into some pheromone, it'll actually start spawning ghosts. And the ghosts will not pick up that wand. So there's like invisible ghosts that fly around, spawning over and over, not picking up the wand. You can usually hear whenever they spawn, you'll hear like a slight humming. And right now I don't hear it. So what's happening is every once in a while the pheromone doesn't touch the wand perfectly. So it doesn't spawn any of them. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to do this in a way that's pretty certain to make it work. Is you need an open space like this right here. Then pour lots of pheromone in it. And then toss your empty wand in. Now there's probably, like, it's highly likely that pheromone got on the wand. And then also there's more space for the ghost to spawn, because every once in a while if there's not enough space, the ghosts just can't spawn in to start with. So let me see if I can hear them. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I hear any of them right now. Let me pour a little bit of pheromone here. You should hear a humming. I don't know if I have my audio loud enough for you guys to hear it. I hear them now. You can actually see their footsteps sometimes too. So once they start spawning in, you can actually just throw your tablet randomly, and you will get gold. In fact, you can get lots of gold using this method. So let me actually grab enemy radar real quick so you can see more visually what's happening. But the reason I didn't want to start with enemy radar here is because anytime you start with a perk like that, they'll think that you have to have that perk to make it happen. Look, there's the ghosts. There they all are. So you don't have to have enemy radar. I'm literally doing this just so that people can see what exactly is taking place. So the empty wand is spawning in the ghosts. The ghosts are not picking up the wand because it has no spells on it. You can do this with both your starter wands if you like, to double up on the ghost spawns. See that? It's so you have double spawners. And now you're just throwing the tablet. The reason you use the tablet is because the tablet allows for you to hit the enemies without them viewing you as like the person that caused them to die. The moment they view you as a threat, they will kill you. So using this technique, you can farm infinite gold. But it even gets more broken than this. It even gets a little more crazy. But I just wanted people to get an idea of, like, you know, if you see them spawning in, and you see that I get, like, what is that? Like, oops, whiffed it on all of them. Whoop. You know, you get good chunks of gold every throw. You could farm infinite gold, and obviously you don't want to do that forever, but you can farm good chunks of gold out of this without going insane and it taking forever. But watch this. This will take this already very strong mechanic into a broken level of power. So we're going to grab this right here. It's called Trick Blood Money. And what Trick Blood Money does is anytime the environment kills an enemy, or if they die in what's considered a trick way, it means like the player did not get credited for it, they will actually drop blood money because I have this perk. Well, blood money heals you. So let's see, currently I have 96 health, right? So let's do that. You see this? So now you have a way to infinitely farm health. If you use this technique. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm throwing all the wrong stuff right now. So you can infinitely farm health with this method, right? You're just sitting here farming gold and farming health. So anytime you can go out into the level, come back here, and just heal up, you know? Alright, let's take this to another step further. The Uko stone, the little electric stone. If you sit in the pheromone while you have this stone out, you'll notice that it just starts killing enemies automatically. Now you want to stand in a way that collects some of the gold, because if the gold collects on top of the wands, then it can't spawn in the ghost properly. And yeah, it's a little bit annoying. The disadvantage to this technique is that a lot of the gold, while it's spawning in, if you just stand here, is going to despawn after a little bit. And not only that, but the gold is kind of displacing some of the pheromone. So over time, the pheromone, the pool of pheromone will actually go down. But with this one, you can just walk away, come back in a little bit, and you'll have a ton of gold. You're just farming gold without even doing anything. One last tip I want to give you this trick is whenever you are farming stuff, which usually you're not going to use the stone. In this case, you would just be throwing the tablet. Because that's the tablet's very easy to get. You get it in the first level every time. You know, everybody knows where the tablet is. It's no secret. But whenever you're throwing that tablet, you need to make sure that you are not kick throwing. I am literally just lobbing it. That's it. Just lobbing it. I'm not doing anything special. Let me get this. I'm just standing here lobbing it. And you don't even need to see the enemies to know where to lob it. You just kind of blindly lob it. You'll be fine. You'll end up hitting lots of enemies. Because, you know, imagine that I don't have enemy radar. Oops, I accidentally picked up one of the wands. You don't have to have 2 wands here. I'm just showing you that more empty wands in here means more spawners. Oh, right here's a perfect example. This one isn't spawning in. That's an example of how the pheromone isn't quite hitting the wand properly. So sometimes you have to reposition the wand. It's just one of those things when it comes to this trick. Let's see if we can get it in there. Nope, still not positioned right. Let's see. Move that pheromone around. Nope. Come on. Position correctly. I don't know why. Sometimes it's a little more of a pain to get it to start spawning. There it goes. Now it's spawning. You'll get used to that stuff whenever you do this trick. But, I don't even remember what I was saying because the wand started being all finicky. Point is, you don't need enemy radar. Oh, you don't want to piss off the ghost. So, when I'm lobbing this tablet here, I am not kicking it. Don't kick. Let me show you what happens if you kick lob. It may not happen instantly, but it'll happen eventually. Where when you're kick throwing, you see that? They viewed me as an enemy and they started to attack me because my kick showed that I was being aggressive towards them. So do not kick throw. Just lob it. You'll be fine. In fact, I'm a little afraid that one of them still views me as an enemy. I don't know. But just lob it. Just lob the tablet. You can sit there lobbing the tablet forever. And yeah, so here's your way to farm infinite gold. Now after you know this trick, and now after you see how it can combine with other perks to be, well, mainly just the trick blood money, the enemy radar was to teach you guys what was happening. But now that you see this, I'm hoping that you don't think that me saying that Noita may be, that pheromone may be the greatest flask in Noita, that wasn't clickbait. Feel free to let me know in the comments below. And happy gold farming, guys. Deuces.